this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Get ready. 55 mark, guys, 55. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Herbert off of play action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off around the 41. And they will finally bring this one back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Again, Madison.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Alexander Madison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings, on just 2 plays, have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, here we go. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Now it's Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. But Justin Herbert looking comfortable here in season number 2. He looked comfortable in season number 1 for that matter. But what's the game plan for defending and trying to limit him?
Oh, you've asked a really difficult question there because you're right. Year 1, he looked like a 5-7-year veteran, and he's only going to continue to get better. But with a guy who throws such a pretty ball and has such a great arm, throwing the long ball has got to be a blast for him. He wants to push the ball downfield. Doesn't mean he can't make all the other throws, but I want to take those away first and make him beat me by being accurate and dinking and dunking all the way downfield.
At the Vikings 42-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Herbert, quick pass out wide. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Again, Herbert. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Out of the gun, Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down again. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
It's now 4th and goal.
And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
And he's going to get across midfield and into charge.
Territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 41.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Now Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Vikings.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Let's go, touchdown.
Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Joseph now to have the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Chargers 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Second and 9.
Here we go, Steve. Here I come. Here I come. Mike, 55.
Here's Herbert. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Draw play. It's Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Vikings 14, Chargers 3.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flush to his right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. You go, night.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Made by Michael Pierce. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Mike 55, Mike 55. 3 buzz.
Here's Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Sheldon Richardson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. On the handoff, it's Madison. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now it's 2nd and 9. To throw, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense. On 3rd down, Cousins.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
That is caught by Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Joe Reed returning. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Joe Reed on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54 is Mike.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Check 99. Check 99.
Herbert now. He's airing it out for Williams. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the interception, Cousins escaping the pressure right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet, so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Now Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It was Harrison Smith there up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Right here. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. I'm coming after you.
Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A first down throw for Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jerry Tillery able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Herbert on first down now. Herbert has it knocked free. And the Vikings pick up the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
6 yards left on second down. They go play action. Cousins. Looking long for Westbrook. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Asante Samuel. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. It's complete to Cook. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This is a counter play. Eckler, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
the 13-yard line.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. 79 Bronco.
Now it's Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
At the Vikings' 2-yard line.
Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
Eckler again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Chargers 13.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Cousins on 1st down. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Vikings first down.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Cousins. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off at about the 31. And he's got room. The 20. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chargers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
19.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of where you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now a give to Madison. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Vikings. Touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's a second touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go, but how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Forced out to his left, and he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike, you got nothing in that. You got nothing.
Here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, check Mike. Watch it, Ready?
To the air again, Herbert.
And this is Cook with a grab. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give them 32 on the play.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Herbert operating from the red zone.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
First down, Minnesota.
They'll run it with Madison. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Runs over it and bulldozing his way through and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And the Vikings first down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the Chargers' 42-yard line.
Throwing, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Draw play, Madison. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.